from the energy bill relief scheme to the energy bill discount scheme, it will mean a reduction in support received by companies to cover their energy costs. Some businesses, those classed as being in the energy and trade intensive industries, will get much more support than others. I've got Shane Brennan with me, who's Chief Executive of the Cold Chain Federation, represents 250 companies running 500 facilities, more than 30,000 vehicles for frozen and chilled food into and around the UK. Shane, morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you expecting your members to be affected by this scheme change?
Well, it's really important to say that the discount scheme is nowhere near as good as the guarantee. The guarantee was a lifeline. It gave everyone reassurance that if prices went up, they wouldn't pay over a certain amount. The discount scheme is a very small rebate on what would be very, very high prices if prices were to rise again in the market.
Is there an example you could give us of the scale of the change of these discounts and these schemes?
Well, at the moment, we know for a fact that the price you pay will not go above the threshold of the guarantee. Whereas if prices were to start spiking again in the market, which is entirely possible, our market's no different today than it was 6 months ago in terms of its fundamentals, then we would see only a 2 pence per kilowatt hour discount. And the higher prices go, the less valuable that sort of discount would be.
Are your members starting to behave as if there is going to be a big drop in energy prices? It was interesting when I was chatting to Andrew Bailey from the Bank of England, the governor, last week. He was at pains to sort of say to companies that you have to remember that prices will be not going up at the rate they have been. Inflation will be a lot lower later in the year. He effectively said that he wants companies to not put up prices as much as they might think they need to, because prices might not be as high as they think further down the line. Are you starting to see businesses respond like that way?
I don't think quite yet. I think people are reassured. There's a big relief running through the sector that the prices aren't going to spike like they were. The worst did not happen. But I think that's why it's such a shame the guarantee is leaving so early, because the guarantee gives you that certainty that if things change, that it won't be businesses that are exposed. And so that's why we were concerned to see it continue, and the discount scheme just won't do the same job in the same way.
So what does that mean that your members and those running the companies that are members of your federation, what decisions do they make at their business when the discount scheme changes so much?
If you're worried about prices going up, even though the indications are they're going to go down, you'll do less. You'll produce less food, you'll store less food, you'll move less food, and that creates a shortage or creates less product in the market, which has inflationary pressure on prices across the board. So what we really need is businesses to feel confident so that they can do more, and that then creates more volume and more competition and more choice in the market. And I think that's what we need to see, in particular in our food supply chain, because of the food inflationary pressures that we've seen.
And how about the energy companies themselves, Shane? How have they been with your members? Have British business been treated fairly by energy suppliers in the UK?
I think everyone's been sort of following the market. I think pretty much since last autumn, businesses have not been looking to fix their prices. They've been having to stick with the market at the high prices and just follow it and watch it every day. I think it's only now that we're starting to see people thinking about whether or not it's time to put in more fixed prices in their contracts. But even that, I think, is still a way off before we see businesses having the confidence to lock in longer term energy prices. And until they're able to do that, they can't make long term plans for their operations.
Andrew, are you and your members in the